Welcome back to episode number 46 of our Tranmere Rovers Road to Glory career mode as we prepare for our first Merseyside derby of the Premier League season. It is at Prenton Park to Liverpool. You know what I say about derbies? Form goes out of the way, doesn't it? But somehow, I don't believe that facing a team like Liverpool, we are nowhere close to the level of Liverpool right now, although themselves they're not doing quite well in the Premier League this season. I believe they sit around 7th in the division, which is of course almost halfway through the season. You would expect them to be doing a little bit better than that at the moment. But I tell you what's scary though is that we are in the bottom three right now, and the teams that are in and around us, it's not looking good for us. Liverpool are 7th in the league going into this game. We're just in the bottom three. But the likes of Nottingham Forest and Newcastle being the closest teams to ourselves right now, that is not good, because those are teams that at any moment this season they can pick up a couple of wins in a row and that will put them mid-table. We need the likes of Wolves to be closer to us, and right now, although they're level on points with the likes of Newcastle and Nottingham Forest, they're just better in terms of goal difference. So straight after the Merseyside derby, we've got Fulham, who we have just played in the previous episode in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. We won that game, so we can take a little bit of positive going into the Fulham game. We've got Bournemouth as well. We've got Leeds United, which is good news for us. And we have got Arsenal. That's the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. But without further ado, let's go into our first game of today's episode. It is the Merseyside derby. Come on, the Rovers. With 5 defeats and a draw for us in our last 6 games in the league, we've got to find a way to turn it around, don't we? Something that we've discussed about a lot on the save is how important form and morale is on this year's version of the game. It's when you're winning games, it's so easy to keep going games after games, but when you're in a bad run of form like this, it can be really difficult to turn around. Liverpool have signed from the Premier League, the likes of Kudus and Ruben Neves, Premier League experience, Mamadashvili in goal for them. I mean, I do expect Mamadashvili to be Liverpool's number one next season. I still think Alisson would leave. He'll probably join one of the Saudi teams. So far, the transfer window has just been open, but there is nothing on Alisson leaving at the moment. There are rumours that Kelleher will join Brighton in the summer transfer window, but I still think Alisson could leave, which would make Mamadashvili our first choice for next season. That was very good from Dekar to stop the initial pass. This is what I mean. When you're in a bad run of form like this, everything just keeps going. That just looks like Onana, doesn't it? It looks like Onana playing outfield for Liverpool. The Manchester United goalkeeper, that is. But fantastic finish from Mohamed Kudus. That left foot, so dangerous. What a finish. It's Liverpool 1-up. Man, if you go back to that goal that we conceded against just earlier on here, we seem to do quite well in sorts of intercepting the initial pass, but where did it fall? Kindly to a Liverpool player, and of course Kudus punished us. It's that sort of thing right now. When we were winning games, everything was going our way. You think about a couple of red cards from the AI going our way. You think about some of the soft free kicks that we got. You think about some of the ricochets. Look at what I mean. Everything just goes against us right now. Deflections, interceptions. We can't seem to get to the second ball first. It's so bad when this is happening. But I'm sure at some point this season, I'm hoping anyway, that we will turn this form around. But Liverpool 1-0 up into the break. It's going to go short for the corner here. Ruben Neves, a player that I do like, by the way. I'm not sure why a team have not gone on to pick him up from the Saudi pro. Donnelly have done so well there to find Harvey Vale, who's been quite quiet in this game so far. But bullied to win the ball back there. Come on. Oh, look at the space now. Christian Pulisic going to make it 2-0 for Liverpool. At one point, it feels like we are the team that will score from a counter-attacking situation and quickly turn around to concede. Substitutions here, freshen the team up, of course. We're not going to turn this one around. 2-0 down against Liverpool. It's pretty much game over. So let's give some players a rest. Oh, We are yet, actually, before I speak here, I've got defending to do. Oh, I was just about to say, we are yet to lose by more than 2 goal margin in the Premier League this season, which is fantastic, by the way. I know we're struggling at the moment, but we started the season quite well. At some point, we were mid-table in the Premier League, but somehow our last 7 games in the league, it's completely gone against us, and we have gone from being mid-table to fighting for survival right now. It's another defeat. It's 6 defeats from our last 7 games. We've got to find a way to turn it around. Our next 3 games, though, it is important that we try and do so. You know, I think the game against Liverpool was always going to be tough for us, but our next 3 games, though, I feel like those 3 games would define whether we stay up this season or whether we are relegated, because Fulham, after Fulham, we've got Bournemouth and then Leeds United. Surely we would win one of those games out of the next 3, which would hopefully take us away from the bottom 3. It's still a long way to go from now to the end of the season. I think 2 more games until we approach halfway. I think, actually, let's take a quick look. This might just be, this is our 18th game, so this is halfway point to the season. It's away from home against a team that we've already won against this season. Bear in mind, that was the Carabao Cup, the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. But this time, it's a league game for us. Maxim Dekar starts in that left-back position. Defensively, I'm hoping we are a little bit more solid in this game. Benarus, I thought, played quite well in the cup game against Fulham, and Webster is a little bit tired. So why not start Benarus again in that number 10 position? You know, I have been looking at our games this season and trying to analyze the results to see where we can improve. What I'm going to say next is really important going into the January transfer window, by the way. We usually concede goals either too early in games or too late in games. We don't tend to concede goals sort of in the middle of the game for some reason. And when we concede too early, we don't usually have enough quality to turn it around then, because the teams almost sort of go defensive and we find it difficult to break it down. But where we struggle the most is conceding goals late in games, and that usually tends to come from after we have made our substitutions. Now, this is important because, wait a second, oh, what a save. Good start though, Richard Kone, shot on target. But what I'm trying to say is, when we make those substitutions late in games and then concede the goals, could it be because it's the quality of players coming on to replace our starting players not being quite good enough? This is why I'm saying this is important going into the January transfer window, to try and not necessarily improve the starting 11, but to improve the squad for the second half of the season. So far, we've still got hope that we can stay up this season. You know, we're not deep into the relegation places or anything. We're only about a point away. So if we can bring in 1 or 2 players of decent quality that will come on to make a difference for us, Lauritsen, surely this will be the one, the much needed goal in this first half. Get in! And we are 1-0 up. 15 minutes into the game. We won against them in the Carabao Cup. Can we do it again here and collect our 3 points? There's the space out wide. Dekar, let's go on closing down. He's been so good in that left back position. You know, we could maybe just find a good position for him for the remainder of the second half of the season. I mean, Kumetio have been. Wait a second. Oh, come on. That has got to be much better, Harvey Vale. I mean, Kumetio have been asking for game times a lot this season, and so far, I tell you what, he's looked really good at that centre-back position. He's won everything that's come his way, especially aerially for us. It's been important, and who is that to make that block? It's of course, Billy Kumetio. I tell you what, if we win this game, I will stick with this back four for a few games just to see how we do. Oh no, I did not expect the Fulham defense to give possession to Donnelly there. The touch just took him out of the path of the goalkeeper to potentially have a shot on target out wide again to Harvey Vale. First time crossed into the box. Oh, come on, 79 minutes. It's 10 minutes ago. You have no idea how important this victory is for us. Donnelly, big tackle to win possession. Defensively, we have been so good in this game. Probably been one of our best performances defensively. It's gone too early yet again. We've tried so hard to play him in today, Harvey Vale, but every single time he's gone too early. Substitutions here. Hopefully we don't concede, but Lauritsen, Belarus, Harveyville, see what I mean? Players coming on is 65 rated Henry, which it can be difficult. And like I said, we know. Oh no, come on. Come on, Humphreys. Not now, son. Not now. Not now. Kumitio got beaten. But the goalkeeper begs from. He's giving it away again. Come on. Oh my goodness. We defended so well for 85 minutes of the game, but for some reason in the final 5 minutes of the game, we almost got Fulham back into it. Just goes to show that we're not used to winning, and when we get to the final few minutes, we panic, just trying to keep hold of the result. But it's a good victory for us. Come on. Oh my goodness, look at what that victory means to us. We are out of the bottom three right now, only just about though, a point above Wolverhampton Wanderers there. We are 4 points above Leeds United, I believe. We will face Leeds United after the Bournemouth game. I've got a feeling this would go to the very last day of the season to stay up this season. It's going to be an incredible season in terms of fighting to stay up. Hopefully it goes our way, but I think we've got a message there from Maxim Dekar. Probably we'll be talking about playing in the left back position. I thought you were fantastic, son, so much so that you will start in the same position for us against Bournemouth here, who are 8th in the league, so mid-table, are just better than mid-table right now. Good side, it will be tough. Maybe we're not going to get anything from the Bournemouth game, but the Leeds United game, we have to be taking points from that game. Just the one change from our previous game, Charlie Webster back into the starting 11 in place of Ayman Belarus. And of course, when Webster starts and when there is no when there's no Leo Connor or Arthur Stewart, it means Charlie Webster captains the team. Come on, the Rovers. I know it's a little bit too early to be saying this, especially just one game against Fulham with Kumitio in the team, but it just shows me what profile of centre-backs that we need to go for the next centre-back we go for. You know, Dekar, don't get me wrong, as good as he's been in that left-sided centre-back position, he's more of an athlete, but he's, in terms of that physically imposing sort of centre-back, Kumitio is by far the most physically imposing defender that we have got in the team, and he did make a difference in that game against Fulham. But like I said, it's only the one game. Let's see if he continues here. I mean, if we... I want to bring in one or maybe two more centre-backs in the future. I do like Humphreys. I think he's getting stronger, he's getting quicker, he's getting a lot more experience. He's still only 19 years of age, or maybe just 10, 20. So I do like... Oh, that's a yellow card. So I do like Humphreys. It's a case of, am I happy with Dekar as the left-sided centre-back position for us in the long term, given the sort of profile of what Kumitio have done playing in the last game? It's a good ball. Is he going to turn out wide? Donnelly again, another defender that have been really good for us, combining there with Humphreys to win possession. Bar goes long. Can you win the header, Richard Kone? Yes, he can. He brings it down quite well. Back to Kone. The space is out wide to Harvey Vale. No supports though in the box. He's going to try and do it all on his own here. Chops inside to the right foot. Oh, it's a corner. Richard Kone's shot took a little bit of a deflection there. Out for a corner. I think we've won against Bournemouth this season, haven't we? One of the Carabao Cup games that we have played. I think it was earlier on in the second or third round. Go long. Can we win the header? No, we can't. Our midfield have just gone too high, and the defense haven't... Oh, Kumitio again. This is what I'm talking about. Physically, he's so imposing. He's been by far our best player in this game so far against Bournemouth. He was up there against Fulham as well. But like I said, still early days to make that judgment right now. But as long as he keeps playing like this, he will remain in that starting 11 for now. Lauritsen shots took a huge deflection there. That could have, well, ended up anywhere in the back of the net, I would have hoped. Kathleen finds Christie out wide to Kukureya, who goes long, and who is there again to win that header? Billy Kumatio using all that 6 foot frame, 6'5" frame of his to win the header there. He's just been flawless in this game so far. Couldn't make nothing of that attack though. Unal rather out wide to James Tavernier, over the top again to Tavernier. He's got space here to go into. Oh my god, I can't stop praising him right now, Kumatio, you know. Throw in, go short, Harvey Vale. Oh, come on, so you've got to release it quicker there, Vincent. But Harvey Vale, possession lost. Is Max Aarons inside to Unal. Unal to James Tavernier. Tavernier back to Unal. Can we get Humphries across? Oh no. What a finish that was. And this is the only opportunity, by the way, that we have allowed in this game. We have been flawless defensively, but one sniff we have given to them and we have been punished. Again, this is what I mean. Another late goal conceded, and it's come after we have made substitutions. I'm not trying to blame the players that have come on for this one, but is it a case where the team gets weaker and all of a sudden we are much more susceptible to conceding goals? It's I don't know what's the reason right now that we're conceding goals too late in game. What a performance though from Kumatio. 3 dribbles attempted, 100% success rate, 4 tackles, only 25% success rate there. But the most important thing there, possession won back for us. 5 times he won possession in this game. And of course, flawless on the ball. I'm not quite sure how to say this right now to make it sink into these players, but this is a must not lose game for us. Maybe we might not get a victory against Leeds United, who are below us right now, but this is a must not lose game. They've got Brantwaite at the back there though. They've got Caldalo in goal and Joe Gelhardt in that number 10 position. Alexander Mitrovic up front for them. It's not the most scary or the most it's not the best of Leeds United team, I'm trying to say, but we do know we would have said the same against Leicester, but we only got a point against Leicester City, and Leicester are bottom in the league, and to only get a point in that game, I feel like especially the way we started that game against Leicester, I mean, at the end of the game, Leicester deserved all 3 points. Oh, a flying header there. I'm not quite sure who that is, but it doesn't matter. I think it's Odebear actually, but Bergstrom making a fantastic save there. But yeah, we started that game against Leeds United so well. In the opening half an hour or so, it felt like we would have been 2 or 3-0 up. But when you don't take your chances, we gave away penalty and we went on to concede that penalty, and it was all Leicester City from there. But who is there though to make that very important block? It's Billy Kumatio. All season he's been asking to play games. We actually haven't renewed his contract because I want to give him a squad rotation option, but the way he's playing right now, tell you what, he might just deserve to go back to get that important role. It might just be worth revisiting his contract. Oh, Webster, that's poor. But we've got to see this quality for a longer game. It's Kumatio playing out from the back. Charlie Webster to Richard Kone. The touch is good. Lauritsen to Kergib. Out wide, who'll skip past his man so easy. Come on, can you create something here? Oh, when we need a little bit of magic, of course, Kergib steps up, and that should be on target. Charlie Webster, he's had a little bit of a dip in form. He started the season so well, but the goals have dried up lately. I think the goals have dried up for the whole team lately, not just for Charlie Webster, so it's a little bit harsh to try and put it all on one player. We need our attacking trio to pop up with more goals. Oh my God. Odebear, he just likes scoring goals against us, doesn't he? He's scored, I mean, the few times we have faced Leeds United, he's made sure he's scored against us. And that is a fantastic finish. This is one of those occasions when we have conceded goals in the middle of the games. And one of the good things about this is you've got a lot of time to go on and turn the game around. You've got a lot of time to try and get goals of your own. If you concede too early, it brings the momentum down so low. if you concede in the middle of the game, especially when you haven't played too bad, you almost sort of feel like, yes, we can still get into this. We haven't played so bad. And there is the goal. Charlie Webster, we talked about his goal drying up a little bit. Well, he's popped up with the goods again. Come on, there's still time to get the second here. A lot of time, actually. Mitrovic, who has been very quiet, he finds Gerhardt. There's space out wide, but he would have been offside. Back to Mitrovic. Mitrovic finds Gerhardt. Harrison with the goal. But he's don't celebrate, son, because the linesman on the far side have put the flag on up. I think it's definitely offside. They're way offside, actually. I thought it was much more closer. Schmidt, come on. We scored that goal and we haven't sort of capitalized on that. We haven't imposed ourselves after scoring that goal, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But Christensen out wide, he's put across into the box. Oh my goodness, what the hell was that, Odobe? And that is the goal of the season. Bicycle kick from the scorer of the first goal from Leeds United. That, I mean, a goal like that deserves to win any game of football, doesn't he? Look at this for a finish, though. Oh my goodness, that is, you can't complain. You can't, well, defensively, we should have done a little bit better there. But finishes like that, you want to see a few more. You can't complain, to be honest. What a finish. What a finish that was. And if that's the way we lose the game, whilst I will still be disappointed, I mean, you can have a little bit of a smile on your face to see a goal like that. It doesn't matter whether it's against you, against your rival. It doesn't matter who scores a goal like that. You've got to stand up and applaud the goal. Oh, Kergib, what a big opportunity to get us straight back into the game. But it's a corner. Schmitz has been taken off here and he will be replaced by Pascal Strike. So Leeds United have gone a little bit defensive here to try and see this one out. The corner short, so Kergib back to Charlie Savage. Lauritsen! Get in! He scored his first goal in our last game. Was it against Fulham? He scored his first goal and he's gone on to score his second goal of the season here. And what a time to get it to earn us a point. It is a point end here. Oh my God. It's been the midfielders stepping up more than our attacking players in this season so far. Joint top scorer Charlie Webster scored again in this game. And Lauritsen with his second goal of the season. We need a little bit more from our attacking players. But I tell you what, I said this was a must-not-lose game, and we have earned a point. And here is Enis Cameron departing to Winterthur. I believe we sold him to for about 900k. It's been a while now, but we didn't want to renew his contract. Rather than letting him leave on a free, I decided to cash in on him. Of course, one of our very first signing. And he's been a crucial player for us in our journey to becoming a Premier League team. So hopefully it's a good adventure for him over there. But good luck to him. And also Belarus has been recalled by Bristol City. That's a shame. Just before we go into the semi-finals as well of the Carabao Cup, he's a player that have played a significant role in getting us to that position right now in the Carabao Cup, and he's not going to play any part to it. But we will try and replace him, of course, as much as he doesn't start too many games for us. He's started games, his influence games coming off the bench. So we will need to bring someone in that will replace him. And for our youth academy scouting, started in Croatia, Petrovic, we will scout further again. Oh my God, Franjo Kassoun, centre attacking midfielder, 58 to 72 overall. Surely we will be promoting him or signing him into the youth academy. I should say any other one. I mean, Draskovic looks good as well. I will also sign him into the academy. Anyone else, Ivkovic, we will scout further. Oh my God, some decent players in here. So Petrovic, and that is Dimitric Petrovic, and what's his name, Ivkovic. We will scout both players further. The rest of them, we will get rid of here in Croatia. And in England, where we are scouting for goalkeepers, Leo Bacon, we will continue to scout him further. Murphy starting overall looks good, but potential-wise, not what we're looking for. Oh my God, Teddy Garrett there, excellent starting overall. We will scout Garrett further. We will scout Hartley a little bit more just to see what he comes back with next month. So Bacon, Hartley, and Garrett, we will scout all three players further. The rest of them, we will get rid of them here in England. And finally, in the Ivory Coast, where we haven't had much luck so far trying to find the next Didier Drogba. But I tell you what, Thierry Jeje does look good there for a white player. 53 to 67 starting overall, 75 to 94 potential. Normally, I will allow him to be scouted a little bit further, but of course, we know when you do that, other teams could poach those players from your academy. And the fact that we haven't had any decent Ivorians so far, I will sign him into the youth academy. The rest of them, we will get rid of. I'll tell you what, 2 days rest from our crucial league game to facing Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. That is not enough time at all. For a team like Arsenal, it doesn't really matter, I suppose, because they can rotate and still put out a really good start in 11. Humphreys here, we've received a transfer offer from Sheffield United for Humphreys. Of course, the January transfer window is now officially open. 3 emails as well. Let's take a look. Oh, a few youth academy players terminating their contract. Nihui, the Kosovan who was in the academy, terminated his contract. They've also got the likes of Rob Young, and Sam Baxter, who had good potential as well, terminating his contract here. That's just the thing about the academy, though. You get to bring in some exciting prospects into your academy, but at the same time, you get to lose some of them as well. You can't promote all of them to the first team. £7.2 million. That will do so much to this team right now. But we will not sell to a championship side in Sheffield United, who were relegated last season, and he's a key part to this team for the present and hopefully for the future as well. Big game up against Arsenal. I have rotated a couple of changes. Oh my God, I'll have to make some more changes, isn't it? Charlie Webster, not fit enough to start this game against Arsenal. I think I will start Mulligan in that number 10 position, maybe off the bench. Adamson can come up to replace one of those attacking trio in the second half of this game. I'm not going to risk the likes of Webster and Lauritsen against Arsenal here. I mean, this is what I'm talking about now. I mean, when you have to take off a player like Webster, I mean, with Benarouz recalled, a wrong timing by the way, but with Benarouz recalled by Bristol City, it means Mulligan is the only other player that can give us that option out there. But let's get into this one. Come on, the Rovers. I know this is a crazy thing to say, what I'm going to say right now, and quite frankly, not the time to be saying something like this, but we have got Richard Kone up front, who have been fantastic for us. They've got Samu up front there, the forward 3 though, from Arsenal, looking quite good. They've got Saka, Rafael Leao, and Samu Omorodion in leading the line for them. But what I was going to say is we have got Richard Kone up front, who've been sensational in the last couple of seasons for us, and I mean, he scored 5 goals in the league for us this season, 7 goals in our competition, so he's still our joint top scorer, but he's got that £30 million release clause. I wouldn't be opposed to sacrificing him if someone pays that £30 million release clause for the benefit of the team in a longer term. Whilst we might not be able to sign a striker as good as him immediately, wait a second, we've got defending to do here. Oh, it's off target. We might use that 30 million to improve the team a little bit more. I mean, it's almost sort of what's happening with Manchester United right now, isn't it? With rumours of £100 million for your best player, Bruno Fernandes. Do you allow him to go and use that £100 million to improve the whole squad? Or do you keep your best player and potentially struggle even more next season? It's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those that you don't know what decision that's right. There's no right or wrong decision, to be honest. It's what, like I said, I wouldn't be opposed. I'm not saying I will do it, but if we get that offer, that release clause paid, I will seriously consider it, because with £30 million, we can bring in a quality centre back, we can bring in a quality midfielder, we can bring in a quality striker, maybe not at the same level as Richard Kone, but certainly someone who maybe in the next season or two might even just be better than Kone. You get my point, though. You get my point. Like I said, crazy thing to say. Maybe not the right time to be saying it in a semi-final game, but Richard Kone, once again, when we need a little bit of magic, he seems to be the one who can beat his man. Oh, good save. Mulligan there, shot on target. We're not just going to sit back and defend in this game, you know. That was a warning for Arsenal in just a few minutes ago, wasn't it? That we're not going to sit back and defend for 90 minutes in this game. We're going to pick our moment to try and attack. And who knows, it could just lead to a goal or two. But it's the end of the first half. It's 0-0 so far. We're still in the game. I thought the semi-finals was going to be at Wembley, by the way. But then I realized it's the Carabao Cup. It's the FA Cup semi-finals. So it is at Wembley as Charlie Webster tries to bend one to the far post. It's yet again another good save from the Arsenal goalkeeper. We have forced him into a couple of decent saves in this game. Arsenal's next game is against Leeds United. That's pretty much 3 points for them. Good defending there from Arthur Stewart. It goes out for a throw-in substitution here. Bellanova replacing Virgil van Dijk once again in a game against Arsenal. Van Dijk have been replaced. With Van Dijk being replaced here, could it just be that we can just somehow squeeze a goal in the final 15 minutes of this game? But well intercepted out wide to Saka. Arsenal's number 7 have got space to run into here. He's got pace, of course, but their car is keeping up with him. He cuts back and goes inside to Edison, who tries to find the far corner. Oh my goodness, it's been end-to-end in the second half. Gakpo replacing Samuel Omorodion in the final few moments of the game. Substitutions of our own. Hopefully it doesn't mean we will concede goal here. You know, we tend to concede goals when we have made these changes, don't we? But so far we have managed the situation quite well. Gakpo, oh no, Gakpo there. I'm not sure why Donnell have gone down, and what a big opportunity. I think that was Cody Gakpo in the box, and he should have done so much better there. But the first leg of the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup will finish 0-0, and the returning leg would be at Prenton Park. Can we get this done and send ourselves to Wembley for the finals of the Carabao Cup? We're still in it. It's got the cheek to come out and say this to us. I only rotated you because if I had played you against Arsenal, you were probably going to get injured. But he said he's really let down by not getting picked in the last game, that maybe it would be a good idea to look at the schedule and rotate the squad for the easier fixtures. How have you seen this team right now? There is no easier fixture for us, mate. That is a sackable offense, you know. It's an absolutely sackable offense. The fact that our third captain have come out and said that is making me worried. But I make the decisions here. I do not care if that brings your morale down. But I expect better from you, Cameron Norman. Disappointed, Kumetio. I can see that because he's been fantastic for us. But again, it's all about rotating the squad, isn't it? With the January transfer window being open, I think we need help, man. We really do need help. On the face of things, right? If you look at that midfield 3, when everyone is fit, and if you look at our attacking 3, I think that the attacking trio and the midfield trio is good enough. The problem is, outside of those midfield 3 that we have right now, we've only got the likes of Henry, Caleb Parkin on the bench, and outside of the attacking trio, we've only got the likes of Patrick Mulligan to come off the bench, which that is where we need help, when we have to rotate the team, when we have to bring players off the bench. Left back position, of course, we know Joseph Goodwin is still injured at the moment. Otherwise, he's 73 rated, and I'm quite happy with the back four this season. Donnelly, who is only 71 rated, he feels quite good. So in terms of defense, midfield, and attack, we're probably fine for our starting 11. But where we need the help is the squad depth. Of course, we're just above the Oh my God. Well, okay, I thought that was the Arsenal game coming up, but it's the first round of the FA Cup, our next game against Burnley, which will be in the next episode. But in the Premier League, we're just about above the relegation places right now. Just a point above Southampton. We are 4 points above Leeds United. And of course, we know Leicester City have struggled all season. The top four, though, you've got City leading the way. You've got Tottenham just behind them, a point behind them. Arsenal, Brighton, Crystal Palace doing well. Liverpool have moved from seventh to sixth. In today's episode, but smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed this one, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new to it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.